Hey everyone, and welcome to
for you. No. All right, dude. Sorry.
Oh, I can't have you do that because it really messes
I didn't know you were
me
starting. I was just having a conversation. Fuck me.
How's work going for you? Hey everyone, and welcome to the 55th episode of We're All in the Same Boat. I'm your host, Luke Roxwold, and today I am here with John.
Hello.
That's it.
How's it going?
Yeah, just the two of us. This is second podcast in a row, which is two people. As always, you can check us out on SoundCloud and iTunes. Please leave us a review and be an awesome fan. Oh, and tweet at us at WAITSB podcast because we would love to hear your opinions on this podcast. We are good to go.
Smash that like
podcast. Button. Smash that like button. I hope you guys like the way this sounds because I got a different microphone today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What?
You know that, Michael.
All right. I was just being, just being conversational.
I'm so used to having, when I just have one person, I'm used to it being Michael. So if I call you Michael again, I'm sorry.
I'm actually really insulted.
It is the Audio-Technica AT2020.
Nice. That was one of the ones I was looking at before I bought my microphone.
Which one do you have right now?
I'm using the Rode NT USB.
Hold on. I gotta look it up. NT USB.
Yep.
It
I also got the Snowball, but
It's a nice little microphone. I'm trying to move away from the USB microphone.
Yeah.
Because I'm evolving. But that's just me. So,
yeah,
okay.
Personally, I didn't see the need for myself in the future to have one of those controllers. What do you call them?
The amp?
Yeah, the amps.
Or the USB interface or whatever.
Yeah, all the interface stuff. I just didn't see the need for it for myself, so I just went with the USB.
Yeah, because I have the Blue Snowball, which is a USB microphone. That's what I've been using. And I just got this one. And I'm actually feeding this thing through my Zoom H5, which is the recorder that I used for my short film. Speaking of which, John didn't like that movie very much.
We're going straight to that, huh?
I just was thinking about that because I was like, I don't know.
No, we had like
forever to watch it. We had a little bit of a spat.
Yeah, we had like a tween girl fight thing going on for that.
Well, it's mostly just because I felt like, for me, I felt like the expectations were too high. It was like, John, I'm never gonna meet those expectations.
Yeah, that was one hell of a trailer.
I know. I guess that's good. I guess if I'm like hyping my movies up so high that they disappoint people, that's good. You know, it's like okay. I guess that means I can do trailers well.
I think your next one you should reverse that.
Do the trailer horrible.
Yeah, make your trailer look like shit and then make a good movie.
I love doing trailers though. Like trailers are one of my most favorite things.
Well, you know what?
Like the whole world most favorite things.
Film your trailer and then call that your movie. There you go.
I've actually done that before.
Like a 2-minute movie?
Yeah, I did a movie trailer for a film contest back in high school. And it won.
You're a very different person, Luke Roxwold.
Wait, why? Because now I'm
because that was like what, 10 years ago?
Oh.
No.
Actually, yeah. It was probably 10 years ago. Because I was in high school. I didn't graduate. I wasn't like just graduating or whatever, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, John expected more from me. Like I guess I can understand. That's nice that people have high expectations. But
yeah, it's a compliment. Take it.
On the 52nd episode of this podcast, around that time is when I had him watch it. I forced him. I like threw him down. I was like, watch this movie. I put it on for him. Then it ended and he was like, Luke, it was okay, but I'm not that impressed. It's like, well, sorry. I did what I could. So anyway, let's move on because I don't care anymore. So John, I remember I was listening to one of the podcasts from, I don't even remember which one it was, but we were talking about, it was the one where we argued about Ready Player One.
Oh, yeah. It's a video game.
We're not going to go there again. But in that episode, I mentioned Transformers, and then Michael started looking at trailers, and he saw that Bumblebee apparently dies in the latest one, I think. And then you said that the latest one is the best one.
No, did I say that?
Okay, because I was going to say, because this is.
Did I really say that? Because.
Yeah, you did. Was that just you trolling?
That was a troll.
Okay, because this week my roommate put on Jurassic World, which is, I would say, a 50% movie. Like, it's okay, but it's not necessarily good in my opinion.
All right.
We watched that movie and I was like, oh man, if you can just compare this to the first Jurassic Park, does not hold up at all.
It's garbage, yeah.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the dinosaurs look like trash. The story's trash.
Yep.
It's just garbage. And they also, did you see like the babysitter girl? They they brutally kill her for no reason at all.
How did she die? I can't remember.
She's barely in the movie. She's like this British, she's really attractive, like babysitter. And she gets picked up by the pterodactyls and like thrown around, and then she falls into the water, and then a giant
yeah,
it's like, what why? Like, there was no reason for it. I didn't understand it at all.
Well, look, like at this point we don't care about the plot, we don't care about anything. All that matters is that we get to see dinosaurs kill people in awesome ways.
CGI dinosaurs.
That's true.
That look cartoon. The weird thing though is like, I could get it if maybe they filmed a scene with her and then cut it out, and that scene was her being a dick or something. Because she gets picked up and like dropped, and then picked up again, then dropped, and then she falls in the water, and then that giant.
I feel like that was in the trailer.
No, it doesn't. Well, not really. Like, no. I've actually looked at it in the trailer. She's not in its mouth.
Okay, so she's being carried though, right? She gets dropped.
That might have been in the trailer.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a scene just for a trailer.
Yeah, but
check
it was
out these
so
dinosaurs
weird.
Kill people.
It was so weird because like, she's not like, if she was a jerk and then they were like killed her, like it was like, ha ha, killed the jerk, but she is just like this regular person, and they just kill her for no reason. I didn't really understand it. But so anyway, we watched that movie.
Why?
He just put it on and I watched it. I critiqued it the whole time.
It took you fucking forever to watch Godfather.
No, I've seen Jurassic World before. I saw it in theaters.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And I still haven't seen Godfather 3.
That's all right. It's the worst one. But the ending is...
I'll have to check it out. We did watch The Departed, though, a couple days ago, and that's a great movie.
I did not see that. Wait. Departed.
That's DiCaprio and Damon. And,
no, I didn't see
Scorsese.
that.
What? Oh, it's so good. You haven't seen it? Oh, that seems like the type of movie you would see.
Insane Asylum one?
No.
No, okay. Pardon me.
No, it's like the Irish mafia.
Ooh.
Oh, you would love it. You would love that movie. I can't believe you haven't seen that movie.
Oh, wow. Jack Nicholson, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yo, no, I've not seen this. That's awesome.
Oh, what? I think it won Best Picture when it came out. Hold on.
I don't know. It's Scorsese.
Yeah. I know. It's so good. It's basically like a modern day. I think it's modern day. I actually don't know when it's supposed to be taking place. Yeah. It won Best Picture at the Academy Awards. For
2006.
Yeah, dude, it's a great movie. I love that movie. But anyway, okay, so we're jumping around. Watch that movie. You'll love it. But so after watching Jurassic World, which is not the best movie, we watched another movie. And as if my expectations and thoughts or my bar of quality was not low enough for Jurassic World, we watched the latest Transformers movie. I think it's called The Last.
What is wrong with you?
King? Last Night? What's it called? No one even cares.
Last
Dude,
night,
it was the worst movie ever. It was so bad. Like, I even like things about the first 2 Transformers movies.
Hey, the
Even
first one's okay.
3.
First one's fine.
Yeah, I like. So I watched the scene. This is like last week. I watched the scene where the first Transformer shows up, like the helicopter lands and it transforms and he like blows up the military base. And that's so cool. Like the way it's shot and the effects and the music. And it was like, this movie's not perfect, but there's some really cool stuff in this movie. Like the sounds and the music and
Michael
the effects.
Bay does his thing, you know?
Because he's not good at anything except for
explosions.
but he's also, here's the thing. He is like exceptionally good at doing action.
Yeah.
Like his action scenes are so like the timing and the editing but so this movie, oh man, it's so horrible. I was surprised at how horrible it is.
You know what's surprising to me is that they make this movie and like everybody's cool with it, you know, during the production, and then they're like, all right, let's make a Bumblebee movie, and they're still gonna fucking do that shit. It's like, hey!
Well, they keep making money.
You're ruining Transformers.
I mean,
give
like,
me a cartoon again.
This movie, though, dude, like the editing is all over the place. There's just like random cuts. Every shot is like 1 second long, and it just keeps like jarringly cutting around. The character's annoying. The story doesn't. There's no emotion to anything at all. It feels like a manufactured movie, which it is. Cash grabbing,
absolutely
manufactured studio production movie. And I don't say that about a lot of movies. Like I said, I can get behind the other couple Transformers movies for what they are, but this movie was garbage.
The other couple? You mean just the first 2?
I thought the third one was fine.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's wrong with the third one?
Everything.
What?
Transformers sucks.
What's wrong with the third one?
It's Michael Bay.
Everyone's default answer. I feel like there's a lot to learn from those movies, even though they're not
default answer. I mean, you said it yourself. Michael Bay is garbage except for action.
He's horrible. So he's horrible at making you feel something like sadness or.
I'll tell you what. It's not just Michael Bay. It's also Mark Wahlberg.
No, but the third one's not Mark Wahlberg.
No,
that's the fourth one.
That's
The third one is where they were like pissed off at Megan Fox, so they cast that other girl instead. It was still Shia LaBeouf in that one.
I'm thinking of. That's Dark Moon. That's the third one. Oh, yeah. Never mind. My bad.
Yeah. So the first one, everyone knows the first one. The second one's the pyramid. The second one's the pyramid one, and then the third one is the new girl with like the building falling over.
Yep.
Do you remember? Yeah, it was like Avengers almost, with things like coming out of the portal.
Yeah, that's another thing I hate is giant things as the big bad thing. It's like, or the big threat at the time. Like it's so cliche and it's used in everything.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. I went back to Transformers 2 and watched where is it Devastator? It's that one robot that transforms, and it transforms into all those different other robots, and they all connect and make that giant one.
Yeah.
That is insanely cool. Like the way they do it. Like the whole time he's transforming, there's like this like high pitched noise that keeps getting higher and higher pitched. So it's like building. Oh, like I wish that a good movie could do action that well.
I do really like the sounds of the Transformers.
Yeah, so they're so good. Like the sound editing is insane on those movies. So I do like things about those movies, even though they're kind of. Do you think that there's I'm trying to think if there's movies that are some of the worst movies I've seen. This one's one of them. Like this Transformers movie was awful.
Like worst movies with worthwhile things.
No, I mean I saw Ghost Rider 2. There's nothing good about that movie at all. It's horrible. Every single thing about it's
I don't know. I had fun with Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider 2? No, Ghost Rider 2.
2.
Is
horrible. That also Nicolas Cage? I'd never seen Ghost Rider 2. I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, Pardon it's Nicolas Cage, but it's terrible.
Really?
Yeah, it's horrible.
I mean, Ghost Rider 1 was terrible, but...
It's like embarrassing. You know, there's like that bad that's embarrassing. Like you watch it and you feel embarrassed for the actors.
I really like Nick Cage.
I guess. I mean, like, I watched it when it came out, and it was so embarrassing that I literally turned to the people in the theater and was like, I'm so sorry, everyone.
You literally said that to the person next to you.
Yeah. Like,
who was the person next to you?
My brother.
Oh, well,
it's like,
never mind.
It's like I felt responsible. I just turned to people in the theater. Excuse me, everyone. Can I have your attention, please? I'm sorry about this movie. I just feel like someone has to apologize. It's terrible. It's so bad. But do you have any movies like that you've had, like bad movie experiences that you've had like that?
I walked out on the only movie I've ever walked out of the theater on.
I've never walked out of a movie, but
I've walked out on Shallow Hal.
What? I don't even know what that is.
That's Jack Black, and he is a super shallow dude, and then like he gets hypnotized into seeing really big people as really thin people.
What is this movie? I saw the trailers and stuff for this movie when I was a kid, and I remember being weirded out. Like, I just never knew what it was called. Oh, this movie was weird.
It was actually pretty good. I watched it again. I walked out on it when it was in theaters. I was, I'm a fat guy. I was insulted by it, and I didn't give it the chance it deserved because I watched it again years later on like TV, and I actually enjoyed it. It was pretty good.
This looks embarrassing.
Give it a shot when you have time, and your friend suggests to watch fucking Jurassic World.
How much do you think they paid Gwyneth Paltrow to wear a fat suit? Because she's wearing one.
I mean,
what is this movie? I don't even know. I see. I can't. I hate movies like this. Honestly, I mean, maybe if I watched it at some point, but just this type of movie, like this type of feel of a movie.
What do you mean feel?
I mean, it just looks I don't know. I think it's like it's bringing back PTSD of like me seeing like trailers for it as a kid and being like, I don't like this. Is weird.
Yeah,
so like I'm looking at it and remembering like, oh, this is. I remember thinking this movie looked odd. It's kind of like I know some people like Adam Sandler movies. Not a fan. I do not like those.
I like
movies.
the old ones.
Yeah, I didn't really grow up with the old ones. I didn't really watch them, but whenever I see them, like any type of movie from him, like I saw Grandma's Boy or whatever that was. Isn't that didn't Sandler work on that?
I don't know. I've actually never seen Grandma's Boy.
It's like very. I don't know. It feels like immature humor to me. Like 5-year-olds would like it type thing.
Yeah, but look, it came out 2001. That's the 90s. That kind of humor is all 90s,
Like the reviews on this is like these are one of these movies that Nick Swardson, he's the one I'm thinking. I'm not Adam Sandler. Not a fan of him either. I do not think he's very funny.
Who, Adam Sandler or Nick Swardson?
Nick Swardson.
I don't know who that is. I'm looking him up.
He's in a bunch of terrible movies.
Oh yeah, I hate that guy. I just hate the look of his face. That's an asshole thing to say, but I really don't like the way he looks.
He does have an annoying face.
Like he just makes me want to hate him. Oh.
He makes me want to hate him.
Yeah, he's in a bunch of Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, it's like all these movies. I'm
never mind.
Looking at photos of him now. He is annoying.
He's just got he
looks like
asshole face.
Like the kid that would be playing dodgeball that's obnoxious and loud.
He's like,
or some,
I got you. You're out. All right.
Yeah.
All right, like, Nick. Fucking Swarty.
All right, Swarty. Can you come back
dick.
down off your...
It's got a punchable face.
Yeah, he's in a lot of movies I think are apparently horrible movies. Can't stand it, man. I just can't. So, okay. Let's move on from. Well, actually, you said that I want to go back. Actually, I was about to move on, but I'm not going to do that. You said that you didn't like that movie. That's the only movie you've ever walked out on.
I said I didn't like it, but then I watched it again later, and I actually liked it.
So that's a movie that you just didn't appreciate at the time. So a movie I didn't appreciate at the time that I went back and watched later and loved is Mission Impossible 3. Like, I did not like that movie when I first watched it, but I went back and watched it again. That's a really solid movie. I like that movie a lot.
Yeah, I've never seen that either. I only watched the first Mission Impossible.
What? You've seen
Yep.
the fourth one though, right? Like the Dubai one?
I haven't seen any Mission Impossible
What?
after the first one.
Oh, the first one. I don't even like the first one.
How are you gonna act surprised about this when you haven't seen Godfather 3? Get out of here. You
I
didn't even
think
watch
that
Godfather before me.
so Mission Impossible 3, like it's good. You should definitely check that one out.
Oh, I
It's
plan
really
on
good.
watching them all because like they're still making them and the trailers always look awesome. I just never put the time forth to do it.
That's the weird thing about old movies too. It's
What's
like
that?
no one ever wants to watch a movie they've seen like that long. Like if someone was like, "Hey Luke, I really want to watch." Okay, I can't think of a good example. Can't think of a movie I've grown up watching because it'd be like Lord of the Rings. It'd be like, oh well, I'd watch Lord of the Rings again. But like a movie I grew up watching. Oh, if someone wanted to watch Star Wars again, I'm just like not that excited about watching that again.
You
I've
know,
seen it so many times.
what is a movie that you watched as a kid that you'd be excited to watch again if someone brought it up to you?
I mean, probably Jurassic Park. I'd be okay with watching Jurassic Park again.
'Cause-
But that had so much sentimental value to it.
I feel like a lot of that thought process of not wanting to watch a movie again that you've already seen is probably because like the internet, like instant gratification, you know? Like
Sort of. What do you mean exactly?
it's sort of like we got used to just being instantly gratified by the internet that we just don't feel like putting forth the time to watch something that we know we've seen. It's like watching a YouTube video you've seen already. You don't want to watch that, or watching Vines you've already seen.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's like you like them, but I don't want to watch that again. There's new stuff out there.
Yeah, that could be part of it. But the other part of it is like, okay, so like, I don't know. I can't think of a good example of what I'm trying to say. It's just like nobody like you. If I said, hey, do you want to like get everyone together and watch Godfather 3? Most people would be like, oh, Luke, why do you want to watch that? There's so many new movies that no one's seen, and everyone but you have seen. Like I've never seen a Space Odyssey, never, and I know
Really?
I should. I know I should, but I know it's gonna be slow, and I know it's super old, so a lot of people probably aren't gonna want to watch it with me. So what am I gonna do? Just sit in my room for 2.5 hours and just watch it all? I just don't feel like doing.
That's
I
what
don't
people
feel like
do.
That's what people do. I just don't feel like doing that. Like I just am not about that life right now.
All right, well, I guess you're just gonna miss out on all this entertainment that you can enjoy by yourself.
2001 versus Godfather 3.
Which would I rather watch?
No, which one should
You know,
I
it doesn't matter. The answer is the
cut
same.
out?
Godfather
2.5
3.
hours of my life to watch this old
Oh,
movie.
which should you watch?
And then I show up. Here's the other thing. I show up at work the next day and go, "Hey, what'd you do this weekend?" "Oh, I watched this movie that everyone saw 100 years ago." No one cares.
Why are you trying to please everybody else with your life? That's all I can say to that.
I knew you were gonna.
That's
say
the
that.
asshole response. I'm gonna give it to you.
I don't really care that much. It just doesn't. It's just not something that's significant. I guess I could enjoy it by myself, but you know.
I feel like you, as a movie guy, should watch
Odyssey.
2001. Yeah. Even though if it was me,
But I'm
I would
never-
watch Godfather 3. So much better, in my opinion.
Really? Oh man.
I know it's just because
I'll fight you
2001 is
over
really
that.
boring to me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just gonna be a boring, like, well shot movie. Like I've seen a lot of Stanley Kubrick's stuff. To me, it's shot well and interesting, but it is so close to borderline easy to make fun of. Like Clockwork Orange. Oh, like it'd be so easy to make fun of.
I hate that movie.
Really?
It's like I think mostly I hate
It's
it because
shot
of like
well.
it's like edgy, you know, like it's gained the notoriety, right, of being like a really edgy thing to be like, oh, I like Clockwork Orange.
Right.
It's like, yeah, okay.
I'm not a pansy. It's just like kind of an odd movie, and it's like some of the acting in that movie.
It's not great.
Oh yeah, it's just like if I watch this movie with the wrong person, they will laugh at this movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I enjoy like if you summarize that movie for me, I would totally enjoy that. You know, the synopsis of that kind of movie. I like the story. I like the ideas. The movie itself, I don't think it's that good.
The shots and stuff, like it's shot super well, and like the art direction is interesting, but I don't know. I was not about it, and I feel like that's what a Space Odyssey is going to be like. Where I hate like watching movies that I have to step back into the past to appreciate. So that's why I've never watched Casablanca or Citizen Kane. Because one, I'm not a film major, for one. Two, they're just so old. I just don't want to be like, oh, I have to appreciate it because, it's like I don't want to use the iPhone 4.
Casablanca's still solid.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't think Casablanca is one of the ones where you have to... I know what you mean. I don't think it's one of the ones where you have to step back.
Well, like Citizen Kane, though?
That's... I don't like that movie. It's so boring.
It's so old, and it's just like, if I gave someone an iPhone 4 right now and was like, use it, and imagine what it was like when you didn't have this. And it's just like, I don't... All right, yeah, it's impressive, but it's so not interesting to me comparatively. That's how I feel about old movies.
Well, I mean, you like what you like.
I'll watch them sometimes. I just haven't made a lot of time for it.
Yeah.
Because there's other things I'd rather do.
That's fair. That's my Brent quote for the day. That's fair.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, John, you were talking about this movie, Shallow Hal, and you said that you were a little offended because you're fat. Mm-hmm. Your words, not mine. And you were mentioning to me that you were in this... what'd you say?
Only I can repeat that. You can't fucking say that. Who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are? Running around. Okay, so you mentioned to me before we even start recording, and just saying this to clear my own name, that you were doing this Weight Watchers thing. And I was saying, all right, well, if I'm going to do this podcast with just John, I'm going to need some alcohol. And then you said, oh, I can't have alcohol tonight because it's outside of my...
I'm allowed of points.
Points. I was going to say sins. Isn't that one of them?
Sins. No,
No, I think there is one. It's like the bad foods are called sins.
Oh, maybe. I don't know what that is, but
I think that does exist. Okay, so you're out of points. What are you talking about?
All right. So you're allotted when you're on Weight Watchers, and I'm doing the online plan right now, so it's just on my phone. You get allotted, depending on your age and your weight, and I think your height, I can't remember, a certain number of points that you can eat a day. And they have a mathematical formula that they calculate the protein, the fiber, the sugars, carbohydrates, and calories of food to convert that into a point value. Mm-hmm. And then as you eat, you subtract that from your total points for the day. And then once you hit 0, you got to stop eating. Can't eat anymore for the day.
Okay. And you said it was like weight, height, based?
So yeah, so and also sex, like I'm a male. So
what?
I would, yeah, it may be surprising to some.
That's right. Surprise.
But I have a wiener, and that gives me more points than someone without a wiener. So someone that's a female.
It's like a bunch of people go, and then all the tall people are like, "Ha! More points, winning!" Which it kind of are, because it means you get to eat more.
Yeah, because I'm a bigger guy. Like I can afford that. You wouldn't say to like a really big dude, like a football player, only eat 1,200 calories a day. But to like someone that's 4'10" and weighs 100 pounds, yeah, 1,200 calories is fine.
You weigh the same amount as the hamburger you're about to eat.
Exactly. Okay. So yeah, like a girl would normally get somewhere between like 25 and 30 maybe. And as a dude, you get somewhere between 40 and 50. And then as you lose weight, they lower the amount of points that you get per day.
No!
Yeah, well, I mean...
I guess it makes sense. Do you directly correlate points to calories?
No.
What was a point? Like, how does this? So okay, let's say that I am a strapping young man who can eat 50 points worth of food.
How many calories does that equal up to? You're asking?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, what does that mean? So I wake up in the morning, I drink some water. Oh, no more points. You drank water. Like, what's it mean?
Okay, so like there are some foods. So they changed the plan in February this year. So some things are free. Obviously, water is free. There's no calories in that. Like if it has a calorie value, it's gonna have points.
Mm-hmm.
But like all that changes depending on the fat, the carbs, the fiber, the protein, and the sugar.
Okay.
Someone figured out the formula online. I can't remember what it was, but I do remember dividing by 33 happened a lot in it. But
33. Okay.
yeah, but like if you get the app, you have a calculator, so if you can put all the information in to figure out point values of things. It also has a barcode scanner where you can scan the barcode. They tell you the points.
Okay. Yeah, that's similar to MyFitnessPal, where you can take a picture of the food and it's
and it has all the nutritional info. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do that with the Weight Watchers app. But yeah, like I was saying, there's some stuff's free points. So like eggs are free, veggies are free, except for potatoes.
You can eat as many eggs as you want.
Yeah.
So long as you're not putting stuff like butter or cheese or something.
Right. Butter's points. Cheese is totally points. I don't eat much cheese at all, which sucks.
Except for today.
Except for today, I had a Philly cheesesteak, but that's other than a fiber bar I ate for breakfast. That's all I've eaten today.
Okay. So, what else is free?
Some fruit, apples, bananas, strawberries. Berries are free. I feast on strawberries. I always have a shit ton of strawberries every day.
That's awesome too, because fruit's great. Like fruit, especially if you're hungry.
Oh yeah, it tastes great too.
Mm-hmm.
Chicken's free. Some meat is free, like chicken. I think
chicken's free.
Turkey, yeah.
So like you basically can eat as much chicken as you can eat.
Yep. Yeah, basically you could.
Just so long as it's not fried or covered in whatever
butter or whatever, or the skin has like a bunch of stuff in it.
Yeah. You're like, but I'm eating chicken. It's free. It's on a sandwich, but it's free though.
The bread cost points, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, you got all these free foods. You don't want to binge on any of them. So like the idea is that, all right, yeah, you got these free foods that you can have to get you through the day, through the hunger moments, but please don't binge on them because you won't lose weight. Mm-hmm. It's still worth calories. Be careful.
Right. So you won't, in theory, probably won't gain weight, but you also won't lose weight either.
Yeah, if you're abusing the free, the 0-point foods, you will not lose weight.
You're like, I have 50 points and I ate 500 eggs today.
I could still eat a pizza.
I can have this slice of pizza because I saved. Okay, so what are some of the points of some of the other foods? So you told me some of the free foods. What are some of the lower point foods, and then what are some of the higher ones? I'm sure things like cake or ice cream would be high, but like what would a slice of cake run me point wise?
Well, again, that like also depends on the type of cake. Like if you got an angel food cake with like no frosting, that's going to be pretty low points, like 4 or 5.
That's not even cake.
Good.
That's a muffin.
It's not even worth it, man.
Not even cake, man. Wait, how much was it?
4 points.
Ooh. What about regular cake? Like what if
regular cake with the icing? 23 points.
What?
Yeah.
Half your food for the day is that slice of cake?
Yeah, and like if it's chocolate, that's way more. If it's chocolate, it's 25.
Chocolate cake is 25
It's got that cream cheese
points?
icing, it's 28 points.
So if I was a Superman, if you're a woman, that would be that's it. You eat one slice of cake, you're done. 25 points. You can't eat anything for the rest of the day.
Except for eggs. And chicken.
Oh, that's
and
true.
Fruit.
Eggs and chicken.
And veggies.
That's true. Actually, that's not bad because then you fill on that stuff. But that's trying to fill up on chicken. I can, when I was doing the keto diet, that sucks.
You get real sick of chicken.
Yeah, really quickly. I eat like half a chicken and then I'm like, I hate this meat.
I already didn't like chicken before I started. Like, I'm not a fan of chicken. And then now it's like, the only meat I ever eat is fucking chicken.
Like, I'm so sick of chicken.
Oh, yeah. A slice of Domino's pizza, that's 11 points if it's a large.
Okay, so you can have 5 pieces of pizza a day.
You gotta spread your points out through the day. You can't just binge it on a meal.
Oh, man.
Like I did today.
Yeah, I was just saying, because you had one. How much? Was it 50 points for the cheesesteak?
No. What did I say it was? It was 30 something. and then I ate a fiber bar, and I try to leave points left over, so I have some points left over. So I try to leave between 1 and 10 points left over, so I know that
you're
I'm
trying
at a
to
deficit.
lose. Right, you're trying to lose more than just like half a pound every 6 months. You know?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you don't want to be right on the line.
And like their goal is for you to be losing like 1 pound a week, you know, so which is really good.
That's an insane amount of weight to lose in a week.
I've actually lost. Let me pull up my calendar. Because I've been doing it for about 3.5 months, and I've lost so far. Excuse me. 31 pounds.
Holy crap, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Thank you.
That's a lot of weight. That's
a lot of weight.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not even done,
insane.
man.
Yeah, that's good. No,
I
that's
got a
awesome. I
ways to
think
go.
I really think it's good for people to do things to make themselves look, or to become a more healthy weight.
Healthy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
it's just. Oh, go ahead.
Well, no, like I just see things like, you know, I'm not trying to be mean. I just see things in other people, and I just think to myself, like, I really don't want to be in that situation. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be fat and really old, you know, and then just be like, I can't do anything, you know.
Right.
I don't want to be out of breath trying to do basic ass things.
Right. Well, and I know just like my weight's fluctuated a little bit over the last couple of years, you know, as I'm getting older and I'm eating more, and sometimes you hang out with the wrong people and for fun they binge eat, you know, and I can
That's hard.
It's really easy to let yourself start doing it. You're like, I could eat 2 pizzas and be not hungry, but I could eat 7 pizzas and just feel stuffed, and that'd be awesome. You know, it's really hard not to like want to stuff your face.
Yeah.
You can actually switch it off after a while if you're careful about it. Like if you like I'll order food and I'll think about how much I want, how much I think is a reasonable amount, and I'll half it. So for example,
Right,
like if I did a Chipotle burrito, oh, you better believe I could eat that whole burrito plus guacamole plus chips
And
plus a
chips.
soda, right? Like I could eat all of that.
Yeah.
But what do I need? I could probably eat a third or half that burrito and be full for a few hours. Well, not full, but like not hungry for a couple hours, you know? So what I'll do is try to remove the temptation early and be like, I'm going to take this burrito and I'm just going to not even going to look at it. I'm just going to cut it in half and put the other half in the freezer and not even look at it. It's kind of like saving, where you're like, don't let me see the money. Take the money, go put it into a savings account.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna pretend like I don't even have it.
It's totally a mind game, dude.
Yeah, it really is. And so that's one of the things that I've kind of noticed. And but anyway, what I was saying is like my weight has like fluctuated at different times, and I'm definitely like it probably one of the better points of my life in the last couple of years in terms of just being fit and exercising and eating right. And I've just noticed in general, even though I wasn't even that much overweight, that as I got heavier, like I'd be sitting and I'd be uncomfortable. My stomach would hurt, you know, like as I was bent over, I could just feel it. I couldn't move around as well, you know, and that's only a couple, you know, I don't know, maybe 10 pounds heavier than I should be. And you notice it. And so I really encourage people. I'm like, you feel so much better when you.
I had reached a point where like my knees just hurt so bad.
Oh, really?
Just going down the stairs and going upstairs and getting in and out of my car. Like my knees just killed me. And
when you're such a big guy in general. How
it really
tall
scared me. I'm 6'3".
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, since I started, like after I lost 15 pounds, the pain in my knees, that all went away.
Yeah, it's really. I don't think people should be made. I don't think people should. I don't think fat shaming is a good thing. Some people say like fat shaming is good because it makes people lose weight. Don't really think that's true.
No,
but I don't think that you should glorify it either. It's like it's not good for you. It's really bad for you to be heavy. And
I mean,
you'll be happier if you're not heavy.
It's a real sensitive, like fat shaming. It's a real sensitive subject. I don't mean like personally, but I mean like it's a real hot topic. You know, like kind of like gun control or something. Like everybody's very, very strong opinions on both sides, right?
Yeah.
And like in my experience, fat shaming it'll just result in the absolute opposite, where we're just gonna eat more and say fuck it, you know, we are a piece of shit. We'll just eat more, you know?
Yeah, with the self-hatred that can go along with it is not going to help at all.
I'm also not like this unpopular opinion maybe. I'm also not pro for like I'm fat and I'm beautiful, I love my body kind of thing. Because okay, that's fine that you're comfortable, but it's not healthy.
Well, if I was to say, I mean, the way I see it, and this might be,
it's like smoking cigarettes. It's not healthy. Yeah, you like it.
I think if someone wants to smoke cigarettes, they should be allowed to. In fact, I think it's kind of odd that we can walk by people smoking cigarettes and be like, "You're gonna die. You're killing yourself." It's like, yeah, you know, when you're eating that cake every day, you're killing yourself. That's not good for you.
I'm not going to tell them that. Like,
when I'm running, I know people that say that stuff. Like they'll walk by someone with a cigarette and they'll be like, "That's killing you."
But what they say it to someone like that's like sitting at Chipotle eating 2 burritos. And
the point is that like we're all doing stuff right now that's killing us.
Absolutely.
Running on a treadmill is not good for your leg. That hurts your legs.
Running, yeah, it's bad for your knees.
You know, that's not good. You're hurting your legs.
On pavement,
you know,
too,
overeating, drinking.
Absolutely.
Like, we all have
our vices.
Right. We're all doing things that are technically killing us a little bit. And smoking, the reason smoking is so serious is because it's so easy to get addicted to it, and it doesn't really. I mean, I've never smoked. I thankfully was able to stay away from it.
I'm allergic.
But I just don't think that it would it's very easy for it to take control of you. I think it's a physical addiction.
Well, so is eating.
Yeah, that's true. Some people say like sugar is a physical addiction.
Oh, I've heard that. I haven't read any articles about that. I've heard that though.
I don't know what the exact definition is for physical addiction, but I do know that when I stopped eating sugar and carbs, I actually felt sad, which is it's funny, but it's also true. Like I didn't realize that I was using it as like a pick me up a little bit. You know how like if you're having a bad day and then you have a funny conversation, someone makes you laugh, the making you laugh kind of picks you up a little bit, you feel a little better. I didn't realize that I used food to do that until I took it away. Yeah,
I was totally aware that I was doing that. Like
I guess I just never thought about it. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna go eat a sandwich. It's not like I'm gonna eat cake. It's like I'm eating a sandwich. But when you go, okay, you can have the meat, but you don't get the bread or the butter. You know, and it's like, wait, what? But that ruined. Now this isn't fun anymore. You know, I didn't realize
it makes food fuel.
Yeah,
it's just fuel.
Well, and I just felt sad. But okay, let's go back to your Weight Watchers thing. So you said you've lost 31 pounds, right? And you've been doing it for 3 weeks or 3 months? 3 weeks. 3 months, right?
Yeah, 3.5 months.
3.5. Okay. And what's your?
Sorry, I was thinking about something.
Do you exercise as well? Is that in part of the plan?
Yeah. Like, and I've actually slowed down. I'm real. You know, I'm struggling with that right now. Forcing myself to actually exercise. That's another fucking battle. You know, stopping eating is one thing, but actively going to the gym is a whole nother fucking mountain to climb.
Yeah, the gym is it definitely is.
I was doing that 3 times a week. I would go to a cycle class at a local gym.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, where they did it was intensity training. So you had resistance bikes and you'd be following the instructions of a leader, and then they would tell you to crank up the intensity, the resistance to a certain amount, and pedal at this, at this fast speed that you can do, or whatever.
Right.
And then they slow it down so you can get your heart rate back and all that. And when I found that was good because like I couldn't do the running right now.
Well, you were talking about your knees hurting
because of my knees,
and I'm not very heavy. Well, okay, so like I'm short, but I'm pretty stocky. So I'm actually relatively heavy just in terms of numbers, like weight wise.
Sure.
Like I'm not, I don't think I'm even 5'10", and I'm like 177, 178.
See, I look at you, I would say you're average.
Yeah, I'm not, I'm just, I'm not stick thin is what I mean. So I'm, like just the way I'm built, I'm not like I have bigger legs and
big
like
bone.
I have a long torso and stuff. But like compared to some of my friends are kind of like spidery, like really thin and bony. I'm not
Lanky.
very bony really. But so, and I'm running a lot these days. Like I run 3 times a week for quite a bit.
Are you
At
doing
least-
just treadmills?
Yeah. I don't know. I like treadmills because I can zone out. I'll just put music on. And I don't run like some people run like for 1,000,000 miles. I don't do that. I'll run like 3 miles or something like that.
Okay.
But I'll do it like 3 times a week and then I'll lift afterwards. But I feel it in my knees sometimes, and I'm not that heavy. And so my point is, like, if you are having issues with your knees hurting already and you're a big guy, you know, you're tall, and like I can really see running hurting your knees. And so when you said cycling, I was like, oh yeah, good, that's awesome, because that doesn't put the pressure on your knees as you're hitting the ground as you're running. So you said that the cycling was working at first. Is it not working so much anymore?
Oh, no, it's still working. It's just, okay, so here's my thing is the gym I go to, it's super packed in the afternoon, like after work.
Okay.
And like, I'm still self-conscious of my body, you know?
Right.
Like, that's a huge thing for me. Like, that was a huge hurdle. Just going in and then getting the membership was a battle because I didn't want to be seen as the fat guy trying to go to the gym, right?
Right, trying to fix them. I mean, I'm sure you've heard people be like, "Oh, look at this guy trying to fix," you know, like, or even if it wasn't to you or to someone else, but you can just imagine people being like,
Yeah.
"Oh, look at this guy, he's trying to fix his," you know.
And you know what? Like, it's great. You know, the actual reaction should be, you know what? That's awesome that guy's trying to get healthy, and they're trying way harder than I am right now, you know, and it should inspire me to do it. And they, you know, I know they're not, you know, I know they're not thinking, look at this fat guy trying to get healthy, but still, like, that's a whole battle. Like, when you grow up being fat, that's a whole battle you face, is just the eyes on you. Right. So yeah, no, going to that first class was real hard. So yeah, I'm trying to go in the morning because it was super crowded at night. And so if I go in the morning before work, less people, and that was actually working. It was a little embarrassing being in the cycling class in the mornings. This is at 4:30 in the morning, but because everybody in there is like this petite. Everybody's in there is petite women,
Right.
And then there's me, the 6'3",
the massive
giant
like
football player.
you look like the type of guy who should be holding a giant axe.
Yeah, I need 2 bikes to fit on, right? Like, one bike is not enough. It's gonna get lost in me.
You got
somewhere.
one foot on one pedal on one bike and the other foot on the other pedal on the other bike.
I had to max out the straps on the foot pedals for my feet.
Yeah, dude,
Oh,
you're
God.
No offense, but you have some big feet.
Oh, I got
You're like
Honda
my
feet.
You're like my brother. You have just like just big feet. You know.
Hey man, keeps me planted, gives me good balance. Right?
That's right. It's like a tree. Just it's like roots going out.
So my
Okay.
my plan is was to just be doing the cycling until I cut, and then I was going to start lifting to gain muscle. You know, to like because I know once I lose everything, I'm gonna have loose skin. I just want to fill it back up with muscle, so that way it looks
Right.
normal.
How much are you trying to lose? I know some people don't want to talk about. I said my weight, but some people don't want to talk about the weight.
I can say
mean,
mine.
I mean, it's up to you. I was curious what your goal is. Like, what are you trying to? You said you lost 30 pounds. What are you trying to do?
My goal is I would like to be at like 200. My goal is 220.
Okay.
And I started at 303.
Okay.
And
All right.
so
So
right
you're
now
almost
I'm,
close to halfway. Almost.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, right now I'm 272
Nice.
as of this morning. And like that wasn't even my heaviest because I've lost weight before. Like my highest weight was 330, and I cut 100 pounds off of that before.
Wow.
But I broke because I was just starving myself.
Which is not good.
No, because you'll break. Which is why, like, I'm glad I have Weight Watchers because, like,
your body's like, you're gonna die.
we're gonna make you fat again. You're starving. You know that, right? That's what your
Right.
body's saying to you.
Right.
But like
So,
Weight Watchers, it's a lifestyle. It's not just about losing weight. It's
Yeah,
about being
and the
healthy.
that's the weird part about it that I've found when it comes to going to the gym and exercising in general, going to the gym, exercising and dieting, is, and it's so cliche. It is a lifestyle. It's like, get yourself into this habit and you'll be okay with it. Like I broke the habit of stuffing myself to eat.
Yep.
Like the thing was, during the week, I'd be like, okay, let's be careful. Let's portion this stuff out. I won't eat any carbs and no sugar. And then the weekend would come and I just binge out. And then I'd be trying to get back into the habit. And I kind of was like, I need to stop. Even on the weekends, I can eat what I want, but I can't eat a ton of it. So it's like, I'm going to go get a burger. Okay, but I'm going to eat half the burger, or I'll just eat the fries and then feel okay and put the burger away and eat it later. Because it's like, do you really want to undo all the work that you did?
Splitting your meals is so smart. Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to do it. But you just have to be like, I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do, because most people that don't lose weight don't do this, because a lot of people will not do that because they think it's kind of like embarrassing and like, oh, I gotta have a box, Yeah. Like, what? You couldn't finish your burger, you pansy? But it's like, well, if you let that get to you, they're not the ones who has to live with the choices that you're making. So, it's up to you to decide, am I going to be a little embarrassed but lose the weight, or what,
What you said just like a couple minutes ago, you said something that I always think about, and it's really important to think about, is like, yeah, it sucks to get the box, but you're undoing your hard work by not doing that. Like, every mistake you make, it's a mistake. You can keep going forward, but just know, like, the bad decision is just wasting your effort that you struggled with the day before,
Right.
I think about that all the time. It keeps me from eating. Like, my work, we have a bowl of fucking chocolate and Twizzlers and Skittles and Starburst.
Oh,
it's
man,
just
that's
sitting
rough.
there. And every time
it's
I pass
looking
it,
at you.
Yeah, I pass it every time I go to the bathroom. And every time I'm like, I just want a chocolate. I just want some chocolate. But I think about that. I think it's going to undo the struggle I had yesterday. And
right.
It's not like I'm struggling, but it's like I work hard for this, and it's going to undo that. So I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, it sounds like you're really taking a lot of steps to get this under control, which I think is great. I think that taking the reins, this is something I kind of learned this year, really. I think I've personally changed mentally a lot this year, but a lot of it was, this is my life, and I have to decide, am I going to complain about the rules, or am I going to kick its teeth in? Am I going to do my part to take control of my life, regardless of what anyone else is doing, But I want to go back, because you were talking about cycling, and we kind of got off topic. You said you were trying to go, and it was like early in the morning, and there was a bunch of tiny like ladies, and you're like this giant guy trying to go in the morning. Were you able to keep it up, or did something happen? Is it more difficult to go?
At first I was doing it 3 times a week.
That's early.
Oh, that is another battle, is because I go to bed at like 2 to 3, and it takes me forever to fall asleep. But yeah, like, I was going 3 times a week, and then it slowly went down to 1 time a week, and the last 3 weeks I haven't been at all. So like, I've fallen off that wagon. I'm trying to get back on it, but that's just a battle like I really struggle with, is getting up and going. Right.
Well, I go to the gym after work.
I can't do that. Like, one, I'm just exhausted mentally. I don't think I think every time I would just drive away. And 2, like, it's just packed. Like, it's so hard to find a parking spot, and then going in there, it's just all these people, and it just fucks with me.
I have some thoughts on what, because basically what happened to me is I had a gym that was across town. So I would get in my car, I would drive home, grab my gym stuff, and then drive to the gym in traffic usually. And that did not work for me at all. And I was also mentally tired. Like, I get to the gym and I felt like someone punched me.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, I hate the world in my life. Like, I just hated it. It was horrible.
Yeah.
But I canceled that gym membership, and then I got a different gym membership in a gym right next to my building. So I basically finished working, closed my laptop, grabbed my gym bag that I brought with me, walked downstairs, walk across the street, go into the gym. And that that worked so well. So I don't know if there's a gym that maybe is closer to you. There's things like making it convenient is super important. Like bringing a gym bag. Like I have a gym bag like almost always packed that I can just grab and bring it with me. And then there's been times where I wasn't going to go to the gym. And then as the day was ending, I just kind of was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to go. And I had my gym bag already. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Is that an option?
Well, I just have like such a long commute, and right next to where I'm at, the gyms are just so small that it's also like another like embarrassing thing to me, I guess. Like,
right.
You know
are they
I mean?
small or are they crowded though?
They're small and crowded.
Okay. Well, there's stuff to talk about, but let's
The gym I go to is 5 minutes away from me, my house.
From your house. Yeah. Okay. I see. My problem is I didn't like going into the car because one of my favorite things in the world is I love driving when I'm done with work. Like I did the bus thing for no listen to me for a second. I know it sounds funny because like what no like when I go to the gym and I exercise and I'm super tired.
Yeah.
And then I take a shower and I get in my car, roll all the windows down because my body's like all warmed up, and drive down the highway at 50, 45 miles an hour. With wind blowing, oh, that is like my happy place. But I de-stress, like my stress comes down, and so then when I get home, I like don't want to go to the gym. So that's why it was good for me across the street. So, but I want to go back and kind of go way back to before you started Weight Watchers, and what I'm wondering is, what did something happen? You know, you've said you've lost weight before. Sometimes these can be a little bit more personal, so if you didn't want to get into that, that's fine. But like, what got you into Weight Watchers? You know, what was the story behind that?
Well, I had a family member that lost a bunch of weight on it, and they've kept it off for a couple of years, and they're still on it, and they're still kept it off. So I was just like, you know what? I tried counting calories again. It didn't work, you know. So like the way I lost all the weight before is I was starving myself. I did 1,200 calories a day for 2 days in a row, and then I would do 1,800 calories and then alternate.
Okay.
And that worked for me before, and I was also running at the time. And I tried to do it again, and I tried to do it again several times over the past like 4 or 5 years, I guess. Ever since we graduated, right? And it failed every time. So
it's really difficult. Like anything like that it's like keto is like that, where it was just like trying to sustain it is so difficult.
Yeah. So
but that wasn't working for you, like the
I just needed a change, and I needed something that would let me continue to not be restricted of the foods I eat. So in the sense of like keto, you can't eat bread, right? You can't eat carbs.
Screw keto. It's horrible.
So, but like Weight Watchers, I can eat carbs. I just gotta count the points. And having the app is essential, because there was a week where I didn't count anything, and I gained 3 pounds on that week.
Oh man.
And I was thinking, I can do this in my head. It's fine. No, I gained 3 pounds. You gotta track everything that goes into your fucking mouth, and it works, you know. And Weight Watchers, the app has a community like Facebook, and it's just really inspirational to go through all that.
Oh, definitely. Any sort of like moral, encouraging support like that is great. But so you said you had the family member that had lost a lot of weight. You'd been struggling. You were trying to do the count of calories, and it's just a lot of effort. And my worst problem with that in general, I don't know if you had the same issue, was that I would be super hungry all day, and then I would make it through day 1. And then I'd be super hungry on day 2, and I'd make it through day 2. And then I'd be super hungry on day 3, and I'd eat a little bit more on day 3. Then I'd go back to it. And eventually I would just hit a point where I'd be so hungry and stressed out and working hard and having a bad day. And I was like, I just need food. I've got a headache. I can't
just
think.
Just one day.
Yeah. And then you binge. And that was what would make it so bad, is I would binge out. And so it would be like wreck a lot of the work that I did because I went too far. But so you were saying that it wasn't working well for you, and you had this person that had a possible solution. And when did you decide to make it happen, when you're like, I'm committing to this? Yeah,
it was mostly like a combination of things, like my knees, and like I was saying, like I would see people and I would think, I can totally see myself in that situation if I don't stop myself now.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say it, it's also like a general just hating yourself into doing it. And that sucks to say. You shouldn't do that. Like that's not healthy at all, but it is what gets me motivated. It's like looking at a picture of myself and then just going, I fucking hate that.
Right. I mean, I don't think it's good. It's not good for you. I do think this kind of ties right around into what we were saying earlier, where it's not really good to body shame, but it's not really good to encourage people to not care to a certain extent. Just like when it comes to if you ask most people, is everything perfect with your life right now? Like, are you doing everything right? Most people, if they're being honest, would say, no, I am not perfect. There's a lot of things I got to work on. Like I could say right now, there's plenty of things that I'm working on right now and plenty of things that I still have to work on. But I have to acknowledge there's things about myself that I'm doing that are either destructive or not healthy. And I have to acknowledge that problem. Let me see if I can fix this. And so like with you, it sounds like you hit a point where you were like, I see what is an issue and I'm seeing what could keep getting worse. And I think I know where it's going to end up. And I don't want that. And you said you got scared a little bit.
Yeah, I'm scared of that. Like, I don't want to be in a situation where my weight is, killing me. Mm-hmm. And like, I want to be able to do things that that most people that are extremely obese, can't do. Like, I don't know. Like, there's hiking. There's all sorts of like external outside activities that I really want to be able to take part in while I'm young, while I don't have kids. Mm-hmm. And, just before I regret everything,
Yeah. And I think that it's weird when you hit like this age, like, late 20s, early 30s, whatever, where, you can sit on your computer growing up, you can play video games, you can hang out, you can sit around. But you do hit this weird point where you're like, I kind of want to run around. I want to go do stuff. I want to walk. I want to go on hikes.
That's exactly where I am. My whole life, like up until like 2000, like I didn't have video games, didn't have the internet. So I was totally an outside kid, right? But after that, my entire life was just centered around sitting in front of a video game console. And I still love video games. I still love to play video games. But I extremely regret the decisions I made growing up of just playing video games all the time. And I want to be able to enjoy the activities that I missed out on in my youth now. Like it's sort of like a mini existential crisis where you're just like, shit, I'm almost 30. I'm about to turn 30 in a few months. I got to do something or else I'm going to miss out, So I, like, gonna buy a motorcycle. Gonna die.
It really is like the
let's go base jumping off a cliff, man.
The 2/5 life crisis or something, so the midlife crisis.
Yeah, it's like the
midlife crisis. Yeah, well, it's weird though, because like what you're saying, it doesn't sound that unfamiliar to me, because I know I've had those thoughts where it's like, crap, I don't like that I've lived this certain way. And now, like, I'm a little bit younger than you, but when I turned 26, there was things that I kept saying, I'll figure that out. I'll fix this. I'll get to that. And I kind of hit this wall where something really bad happened to me, and I was really upset. Yeah. And then I kind of thought, okay, are you gonna fix this or not? Because you're 26. This is where you decide who you're going to be. And so who are you going to be? And that sounds very familiar to or very similar to what you're saying, where it was just like, all right, am I going to do something about this or not? Because now this is where I got to decide. Am I doing it or not? And I think
your life is now. It's not in the future. Your life is now.
Well, and like we all have our pasts. Like I look at things even in college, or where I think, You know, based on what I know now, I could have done things differently. And I think about high school and be like, man, imagine if I had jumped on this, like YouTube, for example. Like I have a YouTube video that has 100,000 views on it. And I that was early on because I jumped on YouTube early.
Yeah.
I probably, if I had really taken it seriously, probably could have had quite a significant following on YouTube. I think I could have broken 1 million subs on YouTube if I had doubled down on the things that were working. Yeah, because I was there early. But I didn't, and I was young, and I had fun, and I don't directly regret it because I was a kid, you know, and I had fun doing the things that I did, and I have a lot of good memories and a lot of good friends. But I do try and look at that and say, kind of wish that would have been interesting to take advantage of that opportunity. So right now, what opportunities would I like to take advantage of that I can? Because I don't want to be thinking the same thing in the future. I don't want to spend my whole life thinking that. Oh, I didn't really take advantage of my like health. I didn't really take advantage of being healthy.
Yeah.
You know, and I totally relate to it, man. I really do. I think that, and I think it's great. I think it's great what you're doing. This is really good for you. You know.
Thanks.
You know, I'm no expert, but I have been exercising for a long time, and I've figured out a couple things in the last couple months that have helped me. Just like things that I do while I'm running that help me run for a lot longer. So for example, when I run, I don't look at the timer and I don't look at the distance. I just look at calories because then it's like, all right, I can walk, I can sprint.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. I can jog, but I have to hit 200 calories at least every single time I go to the gym.
That's a pretty good way to think about that.
Yeah, because I could literally walk. I could go 4 miles an hour and walk for an hour, but I have to get to 200. Excuse me. And usually I'll walk and run, and then I'll hit 200. And then I'll be like, well, I'm just going to walk for a while. Let me see if I can get to 250. And I'll just walk all the way to 250. And then I've gotten over that hump where my body is like, come on, give up, you're done. So my body's like, all right, we're not giving up. I guess we'll keep going. So then I get another boost of speed, and then I'll run even more, and then I'll run to 300. And like I've made it all the way up to 500 calories on the
I think I saw a picture of that.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's because I just kept going, you know.
Yeah.
And then and the music helps a lot. I listen to very fast music, and I try to play music.
Does it for me.
Yep, punk music. Yep, any music that has like a BPM that's close to my walking or running speed is what I'll listen to. But yeah, all sorts of stuff like that. So, I mean, do you have any sort of advice? You know, you've said you've grown up most of your life being pretty overweight, and now you're trying to really get it under control, and it's obviously self-control. It takes a lot of effort. Do you have any sort of advice for any other people that might be in your shoes?
All I can really say is that, how should I word that?
Just, I mean, like, you know, stuff that worked for you, you know, stuff that you said you got scared. Hopefully that's not what has to motivate people, but
no, absolutely.
What's the
not.
mindset, you know?
You know, just always try, it sounds cliche as hell, but like always try and do better than what you were doing yesterday, you know? Always try and be the best you, better than yesterday. And just know that, like, just keep in mind that, like, everything you do, you're fucking up. Everything you do. It sort of sounds like a military berating thing, but like, no, it's serious. Like, everything you do that is bad for you today, you're setting yourself back. It's just one extra step back that you're going to have to compensate for in the future. Mm-hmm. So why not do the best that you can do today and avoid the setback, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah,
and just
I agree 100%.
And like every time you feel like you're struggling, just know like there's someone else out there trying to do the same thing that you're doing.
It's true.
That, you know, they're also struggling with you, you know.
I know that when I went through my change, I made like a list of things that I wanted to fix, and I just over time just kept trying to knock one out at a time. Like I was like, okay, I'm gonna make sure my room stays clean. Okay, now I'm going to make sure that my bed is made. Okay, that's done. I'm going to make sure that I wake up on time. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I am eating healthy. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to the gym regularly. And like, I just kept kind of saying, I'm doing a little better. Okay, next day. Okay, I'm doing a little better. Next day. Okay, I'm doing a little. And I just kept incrementally doing more and more and more. And for me, it was like that competitive side where I just kept thinking, how can I be the best version of me that I can? And let me just make that effort, you know?
Yeah. I'd like to try and not think about, like, oh, I'm going to be so awesome in 6 months. I try not to think like that. I try to think of, I did this yesterday. Let's see what I can do.
No, 100%. Because it's always like, did I do better than yesterday?
Yeah.
Even just a little bit. And if you did, then awesome. And it doesn't even have to be like, okay, I did a 5 on Wednesday, then I did a 6 on Thursday, and then a 7 on Friday, and then I did a 5 on Saturday. And it's like, okay, that happened. That was Saturday. All right, now go back to 6 on Sunday or 7 on Sunday. Like, just do better than you did yesterday.
Exactly.
And there's this meditation thing that I was doing. I tried one of those meditation apps, and one of the things that they talk about a lot on that is you're supposed to try to not think. And most of the time my brain is like zipping around thinking about all sorts of things. Mm-hmm. And so trying to not think is difficult because my mind starts wandering. And the stuff that they say to do in that app, like in the little podcast app thing, is they say if you have a thought, just acknowledge that you have a thought and just kind of let it go. Like, don't get upset about it. Don't get worked up. Just go, oh, whoops, I'm thinking again. Okay, I'm going to just not think now and let it go. And that's kind of similar to the way I think it works with a lot of this stuff where, okay, oh shoot, I kind of messed up today. I didn't eat quite right. All right, that happened. Let me let that go and let me just try to not do that again. Let me try and do better tomorrow. And don't let it be a big deal. Don't be like, well, I already ate a cookie, so I might as well eat the whole pizza too. It's like that. That's when it gets out of hand. Is you're like, well, I already messed up, so I might as well go all the way and mess up more.
Yeah, that's absolutely not the way people should be thinking. They should. I've been there. I've totally been there. I fucked up today. Fuck it. I'll start tomorrow.
Right.
And, that's only going to set you back more, man. Just don't do that.
100%. Well, this has been like the most inspiring podcast ever. So hopefully everybody enjoyed that. But we're gonna wrap up this episode. John, appreciate you being on. It's kind of interesting having a single guest outside of Michael. So be honored. This is the first time.
This is probably the most anyone that ever listens to this podcast has ever heard me speak. In a totality of all the podcasts that we've done.
So if you take all the podcasts and add up all the speaking total,
I still talk more in this one than the entire year.
Oh, that's great, man. Like Michael said, we like it when you talk. You got interesting things to say. But
thank you.
Awesome. Do you have anything you'd like to plug?
No, I don't. No.
Other than Weight Watchers, because apparently it works really well.
Actually, I'm gonna plug Weight Watchers. Pay us money, please. They don't pay us money. But anyways, Weight Watchers is awesome. Like, you don't even, if you just do the online app, you don't even have to go to the meetings. The meetings are helpful to some people. I'm not a people person, so I don't fucking need them. But if you're on the app, you got like a little Facebook community thing on there that people, they talk to each other, they ask for inspiration, they motivate each other. And just the progress people make is amazing. And I think Weight Watchers is amazing. Everybody should do it.
Sweet. Awesome. Yeah. And just to clarify once again, they are not a sponsor. You're literally just hearing opinions here, Well, hey, Weight Watchers, do you want to pay us money? That'd be awesome, but they aren't. So anyway, all right, guys, you can follow my YouTube channel at Luke Roxwood Vlogs. Everyone has really been saying good things about the last couple videos that we've done. And John is actually in the last one. And everyone thinks it's really funny. I said it when I was editing that both Michael and John were probably going to steal the show on this episode. And then I had someone text me like, hey,
It's
Luke,
true.
that Michael and John guy, they stole the show. I was like, yep. And, I don't know. I try to make everybody look good, and this is what happens. I end up looking the worst. So it's all right. It's fine. It's fine. No big deal. But no, the episode's good. Everyone really thinks it's really funny. I love it. I think it's one of my best episodes. I had a friend of mine watch it, and he said that my film premiere vlog is still the best, but this one is maybe second best. Like he said it was really good. Did you watch it, by the way?
I didn't finish it. I said I was going to finish it. I didn't finish. Watch the first half. Going to finish it tonight.
Definitely watch it. Watch it and tell me what you think, because I like hearing what people think. It makes, because you got to remember, the only reason I harp people about stuff like this is because I put, I don't know. So I edited that video in 2 days. I started editing it Monday night, and then I finished editing it, and I filmed like the voiceover and everything, and finished editing it Tuesday night and uploaded it Wednesday morning. So like I was really pushing to get this thing out, but it's a lot of work and it's hard. And so when I put a video out,
you know how much work I did?
Yeah, I know, driving
0.
But the point is that I put a lot of work into them, and I do enjoy just watching them on my own. But when you put a video out there and then nobody says anything and no one likes it or anything, like it's discouraging. And I've been kind of discouraged in general when it comes to vlogging, because I wish I was getting more views. Like I wish more people were watching, because it's just like I'm making these things and I want to share it with people, but people just don't watch, and that's kind of hard. But there are some people I know that watch a lot of them, and shout out to those people. They'll text me and tell me what they think, and that really motivates me. So that's awesome. This is not a guilt trip either, by the way. I'm just saying, like, this is why I really like when people watch them, because it does make it more fun. So anyway, so check out the videos if you got a chance, because I would really appreciate it. Love it. Comment, text me, whatever. It really means a lot to me. It's like my applause. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this episode. Listen to our other episodes if you get a chance. Appreciate the support. Thanks for listening, everybody. That's it.
Bye-bye.
And outro music. I wish I could say that cool like Mike.
Outro.
Outro music.
There you go.